Hi, this is Keith Bates doing the second ongoing professional development video for the Peace Apostolic Network. We were originally going to do these every 12 months, but I've just been so flat out and busy the last couple of years it's just gone by and been omitted, but I'm hoping to be a bit more regular from now on. So today I want to talk about two main issues. One is where are you, and secondly how to deal with people that have been married before, which seems to me to be becoming an ever increasing part of our wedding and marriage duties. So firstly, where are you? Each of you will have a registration with your state's births, deaths and marriages registry, and your number will end with the first letter of your state. So, for example, my number ends in N because I'm registered in New South Wales. But that doesn't mean that you can only perform marriages in your state, which is pretty handy for those that live near a border. But for all of us, we can actually perform marriages anywhere in Australia. So you don't have to be limited to your own state. But you do need to realise that when you submit the documents, they have to go to the births, deaths and marriages registrar in the state in which you perform the marriage, not in your own state. So, for example, if I were to do a marriage in Queensland, I'd have to make sure that I sent it to the births, deaths and marriages registry in Brisbane, not the one in Sydney where I'd normally send my documents to. So just be aware of that and make sure that you send your documents to the correct place. It just makes the whole process of getting that marriage registered happen much more quickly and efficiently. On the question of where are you, there are a few tricky issues, like it's not widely known, but Jervis Bay is actually a part of the ACT, not New South Wales, where it's physically located. I've never been really quite sure of why, apart from the fact that there was a naval base at Jervis Bay. But to make things complicated, parts of the township of Jervis Bay are in the ACT, while parts of the surrounding areas are in New South Wales. And to make things even more complicated, the lighthouse at Montague Bay is actually in the part of the ACT, as you would expect it from being a part of the Jervis Bay precinct, but the area immediately around the lighthouse is in New South Wales. Why? I don't know, but if you're ever called upon to do a wedding in or near Jervis Bay, check out the maps of the area very closely to see where the boundaries run, and make sure you stand on one side or the other of the boundary, and that you know exactly whether you're in the ACT or New South Wales at the time. The other topic I wanted to talk about on this short video update is the processing of people who've had previous marriages. I think the record number that I've seen was a woman in her 60s who'd had, I think it was 6 previous marriages, and this was up to her 7th. And you just need to make sure that when you're processing the notice of intended marriage, that people who've been married before, that you actually see the certificate of either divorce or the death of the previous partner, and that you record the details on the notice of intended marriage. So there's space there on the back of the form for you to record the document number and the details of its issuance. If you need more space, I guess what you have to do is add a page to record all those extra details. There's also space on the notice of intended marriage to write where the number of children from each of the previous marriages and the years of birth of those children. So try and make sure you get all those details knotted out before you get to the wedding day. You must actually see the documentation before you start the marriage ceremony. So make sure you do that. Some of the older divorce certificates, there were two stages of divorce, I think prior to about the 1970s, where there was first like a provisional divorce called a divorce nisi, and then a second document was later issued called the divorce final. And if you are doing a wedding for somebody that has had a divorce quite some time ago now, make sure that the documentation says that it is a final divorce. A divorce nisi is not the document that you require. More recent divorces, I think there's just the one certificate, and it'll be issued, it'll just say judgment of divorce or grant of divorce and the date of that and the family court that it was issued through. So don't get caught out by accepting a divorce nisi as documentation. You must see the final divorce paper. So there you are. That's just a very short, quick update. Today I'll try and be more regular in my updates and ongoing professional divorce videos in the future. But for now, that's all.